Morning, ladies and gentlemen, I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to play the Smasher. Yes, it's been a while since we played the Smasher. I'm not going to lie, it's been a while since we made a video on the Smasher, played it at all. Now, of course, the tank is still smashing it. It always will smash it. Absolutely fantastic tank. And as I've always stated, one of the most broken tanks in the game, like period. There's been a couple of broken tanks, of course, but the Smasher is up there, like top 3 maybe, at the most broken tanks in the game. Now, as you've seen probably yesterday or the day before, I have also made a T29 video where I state that that could possibly be the best tank ever to be in tier 7. Now, overall, I do honestly believe that, but I said in that video, the Smasher might not be as good as the T29 in certain aspects, but it is definitely more fun. You know, you can't do things in a T29 or any other, or most other tier 7s that you can do in the Smasher. It is absolutely a brilliant tank. Now, it only has one downfall really, and that is your penetration on your AP. But just like a normal KV2, you know, the AP absolutely sucks. You don't play the tank for AP. Yes, there might be an odd occasion where you can use AP, but you really want to be shooting HE. That is where it's at. And if you can't penetrate them with HE, then you probably want to be shooting heat, because you wouldn't be able to penetrate them with AP. So your turret, 150 millimeters on the turret, 100 on your hull. So armor profile, yeah, it isn't the greatest, but imagine this with a strong turret. How OP would that be? DPM, I don't think is bad at all. Now, that is with calibrated shells. 2,356 DPM for a derp gun like this, I just think is insane. It is a 16.3 second reload, 1.4 or 147 on your AP pen, but you do have a whopping 275 on your heat. Now, your penetration on your heat is actually more than most tier 8 tanks, their penetration. So yeah, really good heat pen. You should just about pen anything that comes in front of you, whether they are tier 8, you know, IS5s, object 252Us, switch to the heat, no problem whatsoever. And for some reason you can't penetrate them with your heat, just splash them with HE and you're still going to do a couple of hundred damage. You do have a 640 alpha gun on that AP, 545 on your heat, and a very nice 960 on your HE. So of course you want to get as much HE damage as you possibly can. Aim time sucks, of course, at 4.6, the same as your gun dispersion at 0.407. Does only have 6 degrees of gun depression with a top speed of 35 kilometers per hour. So yeah, the tank is still smashing it. You know, the Smasher is absolutely smashing it, and to be fair, I do think it always will. I don't think there's ever going to be a time where the Smasher's not fun. It is one of my go-to tanks, and yes, you can say it's because it is overpowered. It is still a frustrating tank. You know, you try and aim, you shoot, and then it just goes elsewhere. It is a frustrating tank, but other times the accuracy feels better than it should be. That was my shot, my fault. You know, the rock in front of me, I just wanted to destroy because it was really peeing me off. Unfortunately, I shot the rock and it didn't do no damage to the rock whatsoever. So yeah, you do have them occasions where you get frustrated, and that is like any derp tank, any derp tank. You do get frustrated, you know, the SU-152s, the objects, the Death Stars, anything like that. You do really get frustrated because you want to do, every shot you take, you want to pen because it can do a crazy amount of damage. Here, can we get the shot? Yes, we can. That was with HE, but we still managed to do 478, and we didn't hit it with its weak point. So yeah, if you can't damage, if you don't think you can penetrate, and you've got a clear shot on him somewhere, just use the HE. At least you're going to do some damage. You're not going to do a lot, not always you're going to do a lot, but at least you're going to do some damage. So I'd always recommend the Smasher. If it does come for crates, of course I won't recommend it, but it doesn't really come for sale for gold. Goodbye, ISU152. Dirt versus Dirt. Yeah, get back to the garage, biatch. So yeah, it's only 1100 damage, but sometimes with this tank, and again, you've all seen it before. You all know things like the Death Star and stuff like that. Sometimes in this tank, it only takes 2 shots for you to have a good game. Like, if you can do 1,000 damage or 900 damage in one shot, one HE shot, and you're able to do that again, then that's all you need to do. Like Chiri here, 1,037 damage. That's only a couple of like full shots that I've done. But I'm happy with that damage, you know, 2,100. My team's actually performed really, really well. I do get a little bit annoyed because I could have actually done more damage this game, but when you have a shot that does over 1,000 damage in tier 7, like, you don't really care after that. Like, you makes you happy. Like, hey, it does make you laugh, and it makes you smile. It's happy, you know. It makes you happy doing a big amount of damage, just destroying the enemy team. One thing you've got to be very mindful of is a lot of people don't like the Smasher. A lot of people don't like the Smasher, and they will either give you abuse or they will focus you in the game. Now, of course, if the enemy tanks have a Smasher, of course, I want to focus that Smasher because I know how overpowered the tank is, so I want to get rid of the overpowered tanks as soon as possible. But in reality, you're going to come up against a lot of tier 8 tanks. There's going to be a lot of tanks that you're not going to be able to penetrate. So most of your games, you're not even going to be firing AP or HE. Most of your tanks or most of your shots will in fact be the heat. Even against that guy, like frontally, maybe we would have been able to pen, but he hasn't got the best of armor. But I would have still struggled penetrating that guy with AP. So it's not often I do switch to AP. Normally I automatically just switch to heat. Always. At least if a tank does come out in front of me like very, very quickly and I don't realise, then at least it's there. I don't have to change my shells. It's there and I could just shoot and hopefully I can guarantee the damage. So that is 1100 damage, just 2 shots into one tank. Now here is where you need to remember that people or tanks, some tanks, certain tanks, does have spaced armor, just like that guy there. So I'm thinking I can take that guy out with 1 shot. But I do only do some splash damage. But even so, I still managed to do over 300 damage. Yes, it's not a lot, but it's better than nothing. It's literally better than nothing. So I'd rather do 300 damage than bounce, or I'd rather do 300 damage than miss. Do I think that the tank will ever sort of be released? Because it's never for sale, like for gold. It always comes in crates, or it always comes in some kind of winter affair, or anything like that. The auction, stuff like that, maybe you'll see it. And of course, Halloween, all Halloween, every Halloween, you're able to buy some certain crates to be able to get the tank. But yeah, I don't think Wargaming are going to be stupid and sell this tank for gold. I don't think it has ever been in the shop for gold. And the funny thing is, I tell this story every single time I make a Smasher video. I told Wargaming before the tank was released, I told Wargaming that the tank is stupid, it's insane, and they should not release it. But did they listen? Of course they didn't. Of course they didn't listen, and they went on and they released the tank. So of course I had to get my hands in it. I played it on a test server before anybody else. Like, it was accidentally on my account and I played it. And yeah, I told Wargaming, do not release this tank because it's stupid. It is literally a KV2 on acid. Absolutely insane. Hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. Let me know if you have the Smasher and it is still one of your go-to tanks, or it's a tank that you just really, really want. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm Meadsy, and I will catch you all soon. Bye-bye.